Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Hey, we might have a Jussie 2.0 in the works, but I can't say for sure. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, Dawg Knight. Well, stop the music. Holy shit balls, people. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. Yes, I did just swear, and my name is Marty, aka Dawg Knight, on the Morning Night Live on the morning, what's my channel called? The Dawg Knight channel. Thank you, Sarah, for tweeting out the show, because I did not do that this morning. Hey, Pincalo, the driving trucker dude, sent me something that I saw it this morning too, and I didn't read the story, but I don't know if you're really familiar with Owen Jones, but boy, it sounds really suspicious, and the Guardian ran with it, because, Owen Jones is one of their guys, now look, this is the first time I'm reading it live. This is brand new, as I read with you in the show. So I don't know anything about this, but I've been hearing little snippets here and there. So here's the article. Owen Jones attacked outside a London pub. Guardian columnist claims attack was premeditated assault. Huh. Well, let's read this. I'm just curious because, the reason I noticed this article this morning is on Twitter. I was reading through some things, and someone said that some guy got attacked, had some hot coffee thrown on him, and this was a guy, and they had video of it. It was on video, so we knew it happened. But now I want to read this article because he said, well, this one they had no evidence, no video, no nothing. So let's read this real quick. Guardian columnist and activist Owen Jones has been physically assaulted in London while celebrating his 35th birthday with friends. In an attack he called a blatant premeditated assault, Jones said he was kicked, punched, and thrown to the ground by a group of men in the early hours of Saturday morning. He said that he and his friends went to a pub and left at 3 a.m. We were about 30 meters away, saying goodbye to each other, when 4 men charged directly toward me. One of them karate kicked my back. Ooh, karate. Threw me to the ground, started kicking me in the head and my back while my friends tried to drag them off and were punched trying to defend me. Now, here's a little bit. So now here's the thing. As I get into the story, now originally I thought maybe it was a fabrication, but he does apparently has some witnesses. His friends, his friends tried to drag them off and were punched trying to defend me. It was clearly a premeditated attack, and I was their target. They all attacked me and only assaulted my friends when they tried to defend me. Now, if this is true, this is terrible. I don't get me wrong here. I think it's awful if this is something that happened. And apparently he has witnesses. If his friends were there, maybe this happened. In the past year, I've been repeatedly targeted in the street by far-right activists, including attempts to use physical assault and homophobic abuse. I've had a far-right activist taking pictures of me and posting and threatening messages and a video. Because, I don't know I know there's a lot of people who try to debunk shit Owen Jones says on Twitter, and people argue there's been videos done on there's been things done on YouTube that debunk Owen Jones and whatnot. There's no reason for violence if this is actually true anyway, because of this and escalating threats of violence and death I've had the police involved. My friends felt it was a matter of time until this happened. Given the context, it seems unthinkable that I was singled out for anything other than a politically motivated, premeditated attack. He blamed the attack on the rise of an emboldened far right, which is increasingly violent and targeting minorities and people on the left. He added, they are being radicalized by mainstream politicians and a disturbingly large segment of the mainstream media. Really? The mainstream media is radicalizing the far right? The mainstream media, he says. Now, I don't spend a lot of time focusing on media in the UK. But I gotta wonder, so the UK, all the media pretty much, well, the main stuff is controlled by the government. All the mainstream, all the stuff that they have to pay for monthly, as though they had it as part of their cable bill. It's none of their media's right wing in the UK, is it? Anyone here in anyone watching from the UK here? That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, the Metropolitan Police said a man in his 30s was attacked by up to 4 males who also assaulted his friends when they attempted to intervene. None of those injured required hospital treatment or London ambulance service. No arrests have been made. Wait, whoa. Hold on a second now. Now let's look up here. Because wouldn't they... what did it say up here? It said something about... Let's see. Punched and thrown to the ground by a group of men in the early... He said... Okay. Karate kick. Karate kicked my back, threw me on the ground, started kicking me in my head and back... my friends are trying... How do you not get any injuries to your head if someone's kicking you in the head? You'd probably get knocked the fuck out. That didn't make any sense. Anyway, okay, so they didn't need... There was no injuries. None of those injured required hospital treatment or London ambulance service. So maybe no ambulance service. So they assumed they were fine without even having him checked out. You were knocked to the ground and kicked in the head, and you were just fine? Catherine Viner, editor-in-chief of The Guardian and Observer, said, we deplore this outrageous attack on Owen Jones that took place last night. Violent assaults on journalists or activists have no place in democratic society. Labor leader Jeremy Corbyn sent out a message of solidarity to Jones. He said... Joe Owen believes it was politically motivated. And we know the far right is on the march in our country. Yes, they're on the march. Yes, just like here, just like in the States, right? The far right, the white supremacists are everywhere. An attack on journalists is an attack on free speech. Come on, man. You guys... Oh my God. In the UK, you don't have free speech. What the hell are you talking about? Come on, Corbyn, you know. Oh my God. Oh, and Diane Abbott chimed in. Labour MP Diane Abbott. If you ever happen to be on one of Irate Bear's streams, in the chat, ask him about his favorite MP, Diane Abbott. Diane Abbott also condemned the attack on Twitter. Shocking to hear about this attack on you and your friends. The times we live in are increasingly dark and dangerous. You have all my love and support. Solidarity. Solidarity. Yes. That's she forgot to put comrade. I'm just saying. All right, so we're going to have to wait for developments on that. That's fascinating. I have my first super chat of the month. Oh, no, it's not. It's for the second super chat of the month via Streamlabs. And that would be from my wonderful friend, Corbin Thomas. C. Thomas, the moment this commie gob blamed the media, the moment this commie gob blamed the media and far right, with special hugs on both of those, plus no hospital visit, I have to seriously smash extra doubt on this claim. UK media is very leftist and treats any conservative thought as Satan. X to doubt, my goyams. Yeah, press X to doubt if you have some doubts about this one. Thank you, C. Thomas, for the $3 super chat via Streamlabs in the... Where's my thing? Oh, I got the wrong thing up here. In the description down below, my Streamlabs links down there. Thank you. By the way, welcome back to C. Thomas. And as I'm... by the way, good morning, everybody. C. Thomas was first, too. Gets the bell. C. Thomas, Gulf City Peasant, welcome to the show. And we missed you. I haven't seen you around for a while. In fact... C. Thomas and I also hang out in a couple other places together once in a while, and so it's good to see him back. I haven't seen you anywhere, so I'm glad you're back in the mix. Also, good morning, Rolling Bear came in second. Check your logic, Sarah, smile, do. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. Didn't think I was going to serenade you today, did you? Also, good morning to Check Your Logic, Maddie, MC, Hammer Time, Cynical Lindsay, Tyler F, Richo, X Bubba Hotep. The gang is all here. I'm very happy y'all are here. Good morning. And again, welcome to Morning Night Live. We're here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT. All right, let's get into it. It's funny because let me see. I'm going to see if there's a little Owen Jones in here. And by the way, thank you, Sarah, Trucking Bear, and Trucking Bear for putting out the link today on Twitter. By the way, the Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the people who watch the Morning Night Live. If you haven't done so already, right down here, right down there, there's a little arrow that says share. Hit the share button and share it out on your favorite social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. Isn't Tumblr failing? Tumblr's about to go away. I don't know, LinkedIn, Reddit, whatever. And I know someone, who was it who puts it out on the Discord server? I know a couple of you do that too. I appreciate just spreading the word. It's great to have you all here. Good morning, Longfish, also. And also, if you please, if you like what we do, if you appreciate the show, hit the like button. Any interaction is fine, even if it's a dislike. I don't care. But just interact, okay? Have fun in the chat and do all that. And then if you need to actually absolutely have something heard, or if you have a serious question for Dawg Knight, aka Marty, you can put that through Super Chats via the Streamlabs link down in the description below. And Sarah's also put this Streamlabs link in the chat. So let's keep going here. I was going to hit here and see if I could do Owen Jones. See how many people are talking about Owen Jones attack. Oh, Owen Jones fakest one of them too. So here's one. Now this is funny because Mike Stuckbury obviously is going to... Okay. I'm just going to go in this on Twitter. Oh, I got another one. Thank you, C. Thomas, for the super chat of another $3 super chat. Also, because I know you missed this bit. It's fucking time to get a fucking quota of fucks thrown into a fucking single slab because we're all fucking good boys who fucking did nothing wrong. God fucking damn it. Am I fucking right? Woo! Yes, C. Thomas, you are right, sir. You are right. Yeah, the swearing thing. I don't have a swear jar. You haven't been around, C. Thomas. I've actually sworn a bit on the stream, and I'm just like, what the hell? You wrote it. So fuck it. Okay, there we go. So anyway, I'm looking at this stupid... Okay, so here's some of the things on Twitter. Oh, Mike Stuckbury, he's such a jackass. With such a high-profile journalist as Owen Jones being subject to a premeditated attack. Oh, so just because he said it is a premeditated attack, you automatically believe it. This is, oh my gosh. Look, I don't want anybody attacked. And if this actually happened, I hope they find the people who did it and prosecute them. But this is, again, Owen Jones. Everything I do take it with a grain of salt. I'm sorry. But Stuckbury, with his high-profile journalist Owen Jones being subject to a premeditated attack, it's worth remembering that journalists were among the very first target of fascists. Oh, yeah. All those fascists. Some murdered in direct retribution for their criticism. Oh, so he's going down through a list of people who've been murdered, blah, 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 blah. So very good. Okay, so Mike Stuckbury did a little... Oh, hey. Well, Mike has some integrity here. So he went through a bunch of journalists that were, killed early in different places. But then he says here, P.S. Yes, yeah, this means we especially need to be ready to call out assaults on those journalists we opposed, even if we think they're full of it. If we're ready to cheer on journalists getting assaulted, we're no better than those who perpetrated the crimes in this thread. Okay, I'm going to give him credit for that. Yeah, okay, I'll address the not journalists. Like it or not, gets paid for. Okay, so he's okay. There's a bell for Mike Stuckbury. That's a good bell. Give an A+ to Mike Stuckbury for adding that on. That no journalist should be attacked. Nobody should be attacked. But I'm still not convinced that I guess we'll find out when we hear more about the attack on Owen Jones. I don't. Okay, so I hope there's an open and transparent police investigation into this alleged attack on Owen Jones. Is found to be full of shit. Owen Jones is found to be full of shit, then he should be charged. Yeah, I'm curious. Actually shocked to read that trans hostile feminists saying they don't care about Owen Jones being assaulted because he supports trans activists. Okay, and I think, you know what? God. If there is an attack, there shouldn't be an attack. I'm just saying. No need. The violence is not the answer, people. Okay? Unless someone attacks you, no violence. If someone attacks you, fuck them up. All right? Yes, Cynical Lindsay, you are exactly right. Stuckbury is a thin-skinned dicklet who got owned by Dankula. I'm surprised he denounced the attack on Eddie. But you know what? Hey, I got to give him credit for it. I'm not a fan of Stuckbury either, but I am going to give him credit for it. Spectator won't condemn Owen Jones' attack. Editor and publisher stand in solidarity, except they don't. Okay. They haven't. Let's see. Police have now recovered, and at this minute, dusting for fingerprints, the weapons used in the supposed frenzied attack of Owen Jones. He didn't say there were any weapons, so I'm not really sure what that means. After such a frenzied, lethal attack and not one single mark on your face, who was the culprit? That's the thing. He claims he was being kicked in the head. Now, here's one. Owen Jones says evidence has emerged of political motivations behind attack outside pub. We got to read this one. I hate The Independent. The Independent is not in any way independent, but, for whatever. Okay, here we go. Owen Jones. Okay, Owen Jones has said evidence had emerged which suggests political motivations for an attack on him outside a North London pub. Mr. Jones, who is a prominent left-wing author and commentator, said he was attacked and kicked in the head by a group of men in the early hours of Saturday morning in a blatant premeditated assault. I'm sorry, you get kicked in the head, you automatically need medical attention. Hello, Pincalo. Good morning. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the article. Let's see. Yes, I did. I started out with your story. I gave you credit. You missed it, but there you go. I thank you so much. On Sunday morning, the writer said evidence had come to light suggesting the incident, which he described as a far-right attack, was politically motivated. Asked by the BBC if the attacker said anything to him, Mr. Jones replied, "It's very difficult when you're suddenly on the floor being kicked in the head." Again, kicked in the head. Dude, I'm sorry. If you're kicked in the head and you don't need any ambulance service, you don't need to go to the hospital to get any kind of scans, damages, anything, please. I've had evidence which I can't discuss, which suggests political motivations. Really? Why would you not discuss it? Mr. Jones previously told The Independent that he was in a group of 6 people chatting outside the Lexington in Islington when he was attacked by up to 4 men. They kicked me in the back, kicked my head, then my friends got punched trying to defend me. Any of the friends get hurt? Did anybody in this attack get injured? Just ask him. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious now. Over the last year, the amount of death threats from far-right sympathizers I receive has just escalated. Yeah, you mean people argue with you on the internet? Is that what you mean? Death threats? I don't know. I'm assuming people saying kill yourself can be considered death threats, or I don't know. The Metropolitan Police said they could not confirm whether they were investigating the incident as politically motivated. Police in Islington are investigating after a man in his 30s reported being assaulted inside a pub. Okay, yeah, that's the same thing. But it's funny. He says he has evidence. Has he given that evidence to the police? God, I don't know, man. I don't know. So Evan Neal is showing you support and you attack him immediately. Oh, here we go. Andrew Neal, I stood in solidarity with Mr. Jones on live TV when he was attacked in Westminster. He immediately turned on me. I stand in solidarity with him again. I didn't turn on you. I held you accountable as the chairman of a magazine which defends Greek neo-Nazis, demonizes Muslims, said there wasn't enough Islamophobia in the Tories, and is riddled with racism. The far right is fully fueled by media outlets, and you will be held to account. Wow. I think thank you would have just sufficed, right? I don't know. Jesus Christ. Okay, so anyway. Okay, this is developing. I've talked enough about this story, even though it just keeps popping up. I wanted to look in my... I actually just wanted to look... Thank you, Angel Tibbs, also for retweeting. Angel, I don't know. Angel, do you come in here with another name, or are you here? I'm always curious, but I appreciate you retweeting my stuff. It makes me, I'm very, very, very appreciative. I don't know. I don't even know if you ever watch the show, though. Maybe you watch it sometimes, but unless you come in here, oh, Maniac Man, hello. How you doing? I see you're there too. Okay. All right. So let's see what else I got in my notifications here. Okay. I'm done with notifications. I was looking at I was actually just kind of trying to browse through Twitter here a little bit. Just to see anything that happened to be, every winner of Edinburgh Fringe Funniest Joke Award to date. Okay, cool. I got another super chat from via Streamlabs, a $2 super chat from my good buddy C. Thomas. This reeks of staged to me. Too many people like Owen Jones pull this crap to vilify any kind of pushback or criticism. If this is truly a staged attack, like I think it is, I hope it ends his career the fucking champagne socialist cuckold fuck. See, Thomas, you have an amazing way with words, and oh, he pulled a Smollett. I think he might have pulled a Smollett. He's in the Jesse Smollett, Erica Thomas, Owen Jones. Well, no, okay, it's not fair. It's not fair to definitively say that this is fake. But I don't know that I've ever. If you're being kicked in the head by 4 people, and the people trying to help you can't pull them off, they're probably kicking you in pretty bad. You'd be pretty bruised up and broke. I don't know. Maybe you know what? Maybe Okay, okay, so you get knocked down, kicked in the head, 4 guys. Maybe there were a bunch of feral 3rd graders. I don't know. They can't kick that hard. Who knows? Don't they? Isn't like soccer or one of the biggest sports over in the UK? Football. They're football, soccer. Everyone should be able to kick in. I don't know. I don't mean to make fun of this, but I'm just. I please. Let's see. What do I got here? All right, let's get into some articles because there's some happening over the weekend. If you hadn't heard about it, because nobody talked about it, I was like, is anyone going to talk about this? All the stuff that's going on in Portland. That's what I was going to look for. So a bunch of stuff happened in Portland. Now, one of the interesting things that came up as I was, watching people talk about Portland this weekend, was this thing where one of the buses got attacked by a hammer. Now now this is an interesting thread because Andy No, who's the journalist who got another one. Here we go. I heard the bell. Oh, Maddie, thank you so much. Maddie donated $5 on the Streamlabs link down below. If he actually sustained blows to the head, he should have gone to the hospital. That is bullshit. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. It's amazing. What? Fine, you don't have to do that. I will. This dude is lying. He's full of shit, just like Jesse is. Hey, you know what? This story is developing. It's going to be interesting to see how many of his friends corroborate the story. If he has an injury, you can't get kicked to the ground, kicked in the head, constantly punched, whatever, and not have a single injury to you. And so the officers saying there were no injuries, they didn't need an ambulance, they didn't send him to the hospital, they didn't get a CAT scan, they didn't do any of this. That makes me extremely skeptical. Now, back into this Portland thing. So Andy No was showing this stream of guys on the bus. One guy got hit with a hammer. And where'd the picture go? A photo of one of the men on the black bus after he was beaten, maced, and had a hammer thrown at his torso during the Antifa attack. Now, there's some people who are a little bit mad about this one incident out of many that were happening this weekend. And so we're going to do this one first, and then we'll get into some of the other stuff that people are saying about the Portland attack. So first of all, this guy is called Respectable Lawyer. Respectable Law. We need to talk about this lie from Andy No, and why from this point forward, anybody who normalizes him as a reputable person should be ridiculed. Okay. And then they poured bleach. Then they said, put a noose around his neck and poured bleach on him and left him there for dead. Okay, yeah. Owen Jones. Smell it 2.0. Can you smell it, brother? Can you smell it? Can you smell the bullshit? Okay. Anyway, so Andy gives a brief video in mid-encounter, tells us Antifa attacked some people on a bus and hit them with a hammer. So here's the video that Andy No put out there. Okay, now, as you see this, now I've been stopping this back and forth just to see if this is the case. And I think they're right. I think it looks like... Okay, so here's the guys pulling the guys off the bus. Okay, now, there's the hammer, and he threw the hammer in there. All right? Now, as I'm scrolling this back, I'm going to make this bigger so you can see. As I'm scrolling this back, can you see all this? I don't even think you can. Let me make this so you can see all of it. Let's see here. Just a second here. Let me. I'm gonna fix this so you can see the whole thing. Wait, hang on. No. Okay. There's that. There's that, and there's that. All right. Give me 1 second. So all these videos I would have put full screen, so they'll look weird when I first do them, but here we go. I should do this. All right. All right. So here we go. We got hang on. All right. So these guys, if you're looking at this, and I scroll it back a little bit, I'm trying to see, these guys claim that the guys in the bus are the ones who had the hammer. So as I, come on, play. God damn it. Get the fuck up. So I'm looking here as I stop every so often. Because here's the beginning. Now, I don't see any hammer. Do you see any hammer coming out of the bus? Not here. Now, it's hard to see here because they don't show the door of the bus. And I'm thinking maybe right there could possibly be the hammer. And there's the guy who got hit with it. Okay. So, and unfortunately, looks like they're grabbing something out of his hands. All right. So it is, I'm thinking that this may be correct, that these guys did. What the hell's going on my screen here? Let's escape this. Apparently there's a little problem with the video. All right, let's go back. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so as you're looking on here, they're pulling something out of his hands. As they pull away, now this guy here in the yellow has the hammer. Fuckers out! Or no, there's the hammer right there, okay? So now this guy's trying to hit that guy with the hammer. He throws it at the guy inside the bus. Alright? My language, he threw a hammer. Alright, so anyway, so there you go. Alright, now, so this guy says, in reality, a bus carrying hard... Now he has to... Okay. Please. A bus carrying hardcore fascist militia, American Guard, was passing some counter-protesters when it stopped at a light. Now listen to this, because this cracks me up. After an exchange of taunts, members of the American Guard opened their bus door and started attacking with hammers. Hammers, plural. Okay. Here's another angle that shows clearly who had the hammer first. I don't say that he didn't. I agree with that, okay? Okay, the hammer, not hammers, hammer. And I don't think anyone should be attacked with hammers. All right, but listen, I'm going to read this again because this is important. This is important about the point that I'm about to make. After an exchange of taunts, members of American Guard opened their bus door and started attacking with hammers. Hey, Recent Vision, you are here live. Nice to see you. And I do appreciate all the comments you leave when you come see the show afterwards. So, okay, so and here's another angle. It clearly shows who had the hammer first. Yep, the hammers belong to the fascist militia. And they opened up their bus door to attack people who weren't doing anything violent. Say what? Yep, the hammers belong to the fascist militia, and they opened their doors to attack people who weren't doing anything violent. Isn't that special? Now, it says Andy No saw this attack by the fascist militia thugs, and in reporting the skirmish, he painted the fascist thugs as pitiful victims of Antifa violence. That's what he does. This is all he does. Now, wait, wait. Back it up. Now, first of all, Andy No didn't see this. He saw the video that he posted. He posted a video of the guy getting hit with a hammer. But wait a minute. I have a very, very, very serious question. Because wait a minute. Again, he says, in reality, a bus carrying hard-term fascist militia American Guard was passing some counter-protesters when it stopped at a light. After an exchange of taunts, members of American Guard opened their bus door and started attacking with hammers. Yep, the hammers belonged to the fascist militia. They opened their bus door to attack people who weren't doing anything violent. Here's my question. How did the peaceful protesters get so close to the bus? I mean, how did they get so close to the bus? How did they get close enough to the bus for the American Guard to open their bus door and start attacking with hammers? Hammer. How did the American Guard bus attempt to drive over the peaceful protesters? Somehow those peaceful protesters got right up next to that bus, and they were attacked. They were attacked. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Oh, they didn't do nothing. They just were coming up and trying to smash the bus windows and kick in the bus door, and yeah. No. Was it it was the taunts, wasn't it? It was like 3 sirens singing on a rock in the ocean. The gentle sailors just couldn't resist the siren song of the taunts from the American Guard bus. And they were drawn to it in a blissful state. And as they walked slowly singing songs of Solomon and waving signs of peace, suddenly they were attacked with a marauding band of people inside their bus still, but still reaching outside the bus with hammers to attack. Did you see anyone get off that bus to attack them? Did anyone get off the bus? Okay. Who was attacking who here? Who was attacking the bus? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Who sauntered slowly to the bus to give fig leaves of peace and olive branches? Yes, the coffee's got to flow right now. So anyway, yeah, so the dickhead with the hammer in the bus, get the fuck away from the bus. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, even here, okay, so look. These guys.
Pull those motherfuckers out!
Yeah, pull them out. Pull them out. Pull the motherfuckers out.
Hey, no hammers! Oh, damn it! Motherfucker, sorry, my language, he threw a hammer.
Yeah,
Oh, you're fucking knockout, coward! Oh, let's go, bitch!
Talk about a case of didn't do nothing. They did. Antifa didn't do nothing. They did nothing. So, so on the Daily Caller, here's their coverage of it. Multiple attacks caught on video during Antifa demonstration in Portland. A series of clashes between Antifa and right-wing groups were caught on video and posted to Twitter by journalist Andy No, Elijah Schaefer, and others. Portland Rose City Antifa comprised of the leftist groups there to oppose right-wing demonstrators from various organizations, including the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, and 3%ers. President Donald Trump tweeted Saturday morning that the city was being watched very closely, with consideration being given to naming Antifa a terrorist organization. Now that I can't necessarily. Here's the deal. yes, the dickheads, it's tiki torch dickheads versus black mask dickheads in some cases. In this case, it isn't though. Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, Patriot Prayer, those are not, regardless of what the Southern Poverty Law Center deems them, they're not hate groups. Okay, mostly the Proud Boys basically came out of the during the Trump campaign when people were getting beat up in the streets. Proud Boys kind of came out, turned out. Excuse me, what am I trying to say? They kind of grew out of a joke by Gavin McInnes. And even the song that they named themselves after, kind of a joke, but mostly just people who are basically proud to be Americans. They call themselves Western chauvinists. And but man, if you read the write-up on Wikipedia or you read the Southern Poverty Law Center, you would think these were, white nationalists following Richard Spencer, which actually they've denounced. They don't want anything to do with that asshole. They're pretty much just, free speech warriors. Now, personally, I think the whole shit thing in Portland, just fuck it. It's nuts. Stop that shit. Okay. Let Portland fucking be Portland. I don't care, but I kind of get it. I mean, especially the Patriot Prayer guys, they're just guys who go around and pray. They've done 60 rallies between the last time they were in Portland and this rally, without incident. Because they just go places and pray and talk about First Amendment. Okay, that's all they do. The Patriot Prayer guys. I don't know about the Oath Keepers or 3%ers. Don't know anything about them. The Blaze reporter Elijah Schaefer documented interactions throughout the day, including Antifa being joined by about 300 other people from generic liberals, the NAACP, dog fetish, sex costumes, the LGBTQ community, and much, much more. So Elijah Schaefer, he's the guy, I can't remember what his YouTube channel is called. It's like what's it called? I can't remember what his channel is called. I'll remember in a minute. But anyway, he's showing how there was, already 80 people there gathered, about 300 other people from generic liberals, and so on. Same thing they just said. White supremacy is terrorism. Yeah, see, that's just the thing, though. Proud Boys and Patriot Prayer in particular, I don't know about the other ones. They're not white supremacists. Proud Boys is has multicultural people in it, but they do say they're Western chauvinists. It's kind of a joke, just saying that they believe in what we do in the West. Okay, but white supremacists, not really. Their leader is a half black Hispanic dude. Anyway, just they had a lot of footage. This dude was in a lot of different videos, man. He was all over the place. Shirtless man leading. He kind of was leading Antifa, so to speak. He was the one. He was the intimidator. He was out there to look tough. Bald-headed, jacked black dude trying to look tough. So that was his role, it seemed like, in this whole thing, to be Mr. Badass, and he would get in people's faces and yell and scream. And I mean, there's a point where that dude started yelling at one of their own people that they were, one of the people that were on his side, because he thought the guy looked too normal. So he started screaming in the face of this dude who, whoever, the dude that was on their side, and tell him to get the hell out of there. It's like, dude, I'm with you guys. This guy, Antifa, just threw a shake at this older gentleman walking away from the protest. There was a lot of people there. Like, here's the thing. Here's what happened. If you didn't pay attention, if you didn't, I don't know how you didn't, but what happened is the Proud Boys came there, did their little walk through town. Literally, probably 5 minutes in, they said, okay, this is why we came here. We're done. We wanted to be able to do this. And we're just wasting resources for the city of Portland to see if Mayor Wheeler will do his job. And then they said, okay, we're leaving. And we're going to go have a barbecue at another location. But apparently the Antifa people didn't get the message that the guys left. So they were still jacked to attack people and whatnot. So they attacked people who had nothing to do with the Proud Boys group. They were arguing with police. A couple people got arrested. They're, They didn't break as much shit as they usually do, but they just, they stayed around and caused problems for the police, for the next few hours. So, who's the bad guys in this one? I don't know. So anyway, Elijah Schaefer had a lot of different video out there.
This man has just been attacked right here.
Yeah, this is the guy who got attacked.
What Antifa does as well.
Did they pepper sprayed you?
Pepper sprayed in the fucking face.
Why?
Because I said, why are you wearing a black mask?
Hey,
Stay on the sidewalks.
all right, guys, this is what we got going on here right now. We're live on the streets of Portland. Here we go. Get into the police barricade. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, it's funny.
This man has just been
Sorry. These jackass Antifa people are the same. They're the same frickin' anarcho-communists that were, causing trouble during the World Trade Organization in Washington and during any of the Trump campaigns. These people aren't anti-fascist. They're not. First of all, they're not if they're anti-fascist, they're not fighting fascists. Who are the fascists they are fighting? Okay? Just because you call somebody fascist and use Nazi as your generic term for anyone right of, Chris Cuomo, Fredo, whatever, it doesn't make you anti-fascist. It just makes you an asshole. And let's fight anti-fascists by using brown shirt tactics. Oh, that always works out, doesn't it? Anyway, these fucking idiots. I swore again. Yay. Oh, what'd I do? I didn't mean to do that. Here, let's get back into, okay, hang on. I clicked the wrong button. Sorry, gang. And I got an snap. Okay. Let's see. What else is on here? What else? Oh, yeah. Here's the one. This is rich. Representative Holland says, Antifa are peaceful protesters trying to safeguard their city. Antifa violently assaulted a journalist earlier this summer. Now, here's the thing about Andy No. Andy No knows what he's doing. Okay, yes, he's a journalist. Yes, he's put articles in the Wall Street Journal and the New York Post. He writes for Quillette. But Andy is just a tiny bit of a provocateur. I mean, he puts himself in the middle of things. Now, should he be attacked? Hell no. Oh, C. Thomas, thank you. I am so happy you were here, sir. Have a great day. Don't, my friend. Later, my Fredo. Yeah, Fredo, please. Come on. All right. Anyway, Democratic Representative Deborah Holland, New Mexico, called Antifa a group of peaceful protesters that is working to safeguard their city from domestic terrorism during an appearance on CNN Saturday. Police arrested at least 13 individuals during the protests and counter-protests between far-right activists. They love using that far-right activists. And, quote, anti-fascist demonstrators in Portland, Oregon, according to reports. Yeah, how many of the far right. Notice they don't put far right in quotes. But they did put anti-fascist in quotes, because that's questionable if you ask me. But are they far right activists, or are they just pro-American activists? I haven't quite decided. That's the thing. Can you be pro-American without being far right? Is that possible anymore? I know there are some pro-American people on the left. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying, can you be outwardly pro-American and not get called far right? Is that possible? I'm curious. CNO's Ana Cabrera read a tweet from President Donald Trump posted Saturday in which he called for Antifa to be labeled as a terrorist group. You know what? Pro-American. Yes, I did say that. You know what? And here, I'm not so convinced that's a good idea either. Is that by labeling them as a terrorist group, you because Antifa is not necessarily a group. Yes, there are some little splinter organized Antifa groups that have names and shit like this, but generally the Antifa protests, they're just exercising their First Amendment rights too. So I don't know if you necessarily call them a terrorist group, except the dickheads in the black masks who attack people. You don't have to label them a terrorist group. You have to arrest the people causing violence and damaging property. That's all. Labeling them a terrorist group is a way to restrict their rights to protest, and they should have the right to protest. What they don't have the right to do is to engage in violence and engage in, damaging people's property or blocking people from their rights. Okay, so if they end up, someone has for example, has a rally in a city, they've put a permit and all this, Antifa does not have the right to restrict other people from their rights. Okay, it doesn't mean that they're terrorists, but you need to start arresting people who cause violence. And in fact, you know what? Like they did in Berkeley, as soon as Berkeley said, okay, if you're coming to this space during this time, you cannot have your face covered. And the Antifa attacks almost stopped immediately. They haven't had problems with that shit since, because you're not allowed to cover your face in a protest. Okay, well, Antifa are just a bunch of LARPing college student pussies. Did I say that out loud? Holy shit. They're not tough. They're just a bunch of kids who know that if they can get a group and attack people in groups, because you never see them fighting one-on-one with anybody. You see them attacking people. They'll attack a weak person or a person they've singled out and get them down on the ground and kick and shove them, just like Owen Jones. Anyway, major considerations be given to naming Antifa an organization of terror. Portland is being watched very closely. That's Trump's tweet. Bad idea, Trump. Sorry, I actually do not agree with that. Yes, some of them commit terrorist acts, but I don't think first of all, they're not organized enough to be considered a terrorist group. They're, I think, again, you'd be better off just, you know what, arrest anyone. And Portland's not going to happen because their dickhead mayor, Ted Wheeler, is on their side. Okay? And I think maybe that's part of the reason why these guys, the pro-America Proud Boys, or whatever they want to call them, keep going back there, because they want to force Ted Wheeler into enforcing their right to be there, whether they're from somewhere else or not. And so Ted Wheeler needs to have him start arresting people. And Ted Wheeler, mayor, is also Ted Wheeler, police commissioner. That's how Portland works. That's his job, is to protect people in your city. Okay, whether you like their message or not, it doesn't matter what their message is. Okay, you have a right to your message. You have a right to say what you're going to say. Okay, you don't have to give them. I don't know, whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. Okay, this crazy woman. It's not surprising that Trump would side away from the folks who are peaceful protesters working to safeguard their city from domestic terrorism. Just not surprised at all that the president sides with the white nationalists. You dumb bitch! They're not white nationalists. That's just it. They're not white nationalists. Okay? They're just pro-America. They're not white nationalists. They're not white supremacists. They're not white nationalists. Okay, you got the wrong group, but it's funny because the media can't distinguish from these different groups. They don't know anything. They're not, oh God, anyway. Political violence has drawn increased media attention over the past 3 years, with yesterday's clash in Portland being one of many tense encounters between extreme activists. Antifa made headlines early this summer when journalist Andy Ngo was violently assaulted at a rally, resulting in Ngo's hospitalization with brain bleeding. He recovered pretty quickly from that, though. I'm not saying it didn't happen. Obviously the attack was on film. He got attacked. At least there's video of it, right, Owen Jones? God, I'm going to be making Owen Jones references a lot. In 2016, clashes between Trump supporters and anti-fascist groups across California resulted in arrests and property damage. No. See, now, this is... Who wrote this bullshit? This is the Free Beacon writing this. No. In 2016, there were no clashes between Trump supporters and anti-fascist groups. There were anti-fascist groups who were continually attacking Trump supporters. Some of the Trump supporters defended themselves. There were anti-fascist groups attacking people who wanted to go see people speak at colleges. There wasn't a clash between the two. It was the anti-fascists attacking the others. Okay? Then he put, this August marked the 2-year anniversary of the death of Heather Heyer, who was killed in Charlottesville during a violent rally. No, the rally was not violent. The violent rally of white supremacist groups and neo-Nazi groups. False. The rally was not violent. Okay? The rally, however, and fuck those tiki torch assholes and the ones who were neo-Nazis. Not everyone there was neo-Nazis and white supremacists, but there were enough of them there, and fuck those guys. But the rally itself was not violent. It was the people who attacked the rally that were violent. And then one of the assholes who was part of the dickheads drove his car into a bunch of the people. And she killed somebody. He killed somebody. Regardless of what you think of the circumstances is, that guy is a fucking asshole. Okay? Don't drive your car into a bunch of people. Whether for any reason. As soon as you see all those people, turn the fuck around. If you were, whether you got spooked or what, and hit your accelerator, or if you just ran into him, don't do it. FTG Monday, I'm telling you, everyone's fucked that guy today. There's a black guy. There's a bunch of minorities in the Proud Boys. The guy that they got hurt. Did you see his picture? The guy from where the hell was it? The guy who got hurt. This guy. He's an Asian dude. He's Asian. Okay? He's so yeah, you motherfuckers, I swear. I'm swearing up a storm today. I'm telling you. Hey, Mr. Monopoly, how you doing? FTG Monday. It sure is. Hello, Duck Dog. Did I say hi to you yet? Were you here early? I don't know. Hello now though. How you doing? Anyway, studies have indicated that extremist white nationalist violence is increasing in the form of mass shootings and other hate crimes. Let's see what study they clicked here. Let me see the study. Okay. You know what? I was having this conversation earlier today. Yes, there's been highly publicized incidents with white nationalists involved. Absolutely. Is it even in the top 50 on the list of worries that I should have as a person of color in the United States of America? I don't think so. They're man bites dog stories, and boy, are the news media getting clicks out of this. All right, so the Washington Free Beacon. Let's see what they reference here. Studies have indicated that extremist white nationalist violence is increasing in the form of mass shootings and other hate crimes. NBC News. Of course it's NBC. Here, let's fix this. All right, make this so you can see it. All right. White nationalist fueled violence is on the rise, but FBI... Now, this is an editorial because I'm not buying it. But FBI is slow to call it domestic terrorism. When feds chose not to classify attacks carried out by white nationalists as domestic terrorism, investigations into these crimes are stripped of resources. Really? You don't think they're investigating this shit? Interesting. The massacre left 22 people dead and 24 wounded Saturday in a city that hugs the U.S.-Mexico border will be treated as a domestic terrorism case. Wait a minute, what? Up here, what's this say? FBI is slow to call it domestic terrorism. The massacre left 22 dead will be treated as a domestic terrorism case. That seems pretty quick to me. Good God. Good God. But many acts of white nationalist field violence are not classified as such, stoking concerns that the government is not doing all it could to address the increasingly dangerous national security threat. There's no domestic terrorism law. We just treat it as either a hate crime or some other sort of criminal charge, said Clint Watts, a senior fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute. But white supremacists are following an ideology the same way that other violent extremists that the U.S. designate as terrorists follow ideologies. Investigators believe the band suspected of gunning down 22 people in El Paso Walmart posted an anti-immigrant screen on an anonymous extremist message board. Yeah, that message. Oh, this is the street. That extremist message board is called Instagram because that's where he posted it. Oh my God! Investigators believe. Okay, so they don't know, but we know for a fact that he posted that stupid shit on Instagram on an anonymous extremist message board, citing the Christchurch, New Zealand mosque shooter who left 51 dead in March as an inspiration. In April, a man suspected opening fire in a San Diego synagogue, killing one person, also posted a note online that was almost identical to the one written by the Christchurch church shooter. The note was full of anti-Semitic language and lauded white supremacy, named the Christchurch shooter and the man accused of fatally shooting 11 people inside a Pittsburgh synagogue. Now, okay, so both these attacks on the synagogue, didn't notice they don't say where the note was posted for these two. Notice that they say the one was on an extremist message board, which they're not sure if he really posted it there, but they know that he posted it on Instagram, the extremist message board known as Instagram. Yes, we know that it was. I do know that it was posted on 8chan. That's what I'm saying. But they don't know that it was him that posted it there. It was posted there, but did he post it there? No one knows. They haven't figured that out yet, and they haven't said. But the shooter, definitely posted it on Instagram. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm laughing. Is Instagram an anonymous extremist message board? All right. Holy smokes, I've been going long today. That's my do Twitter trends alarm. Shut up. Okay. But anyway, the two guys that shot up the mosque, don't they kind of have the same philosophy as Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib? Just saying, you know what? they have some very similar thoughts. Anyway, and less than a week before Saturday's shooting, a 19-year-old man suspected of killing 3 people at Gilroy, California food festival before killing himself left a note on Instagram. Again, Instagram! Motherfucker, shut down Instagram. All these extremists are using Instagram. Left a note on Instagram instructing followers to read a 19th century white nationalist book. I think Instagram is radicalizing young white men. They see all these booty pics and they think, oh my God, I'm never going to get none of that. I'm going to go shoot somebody. Anyway, extremists. Now here's, oh my God, and what do they cite? Oh, these motherfuckers. It's unbelievable. They all cite the Anti-Defamation League study. Extremist-related murders spiked 35% from 2017 to 2018, making them responsible for more deaths than in any year since 1995. Holy shit. How many times have we talked about this everyone references the Anti-Defamation League bullshit. Where when we went through it, of the 17 incidents, okay, they went, 35% went from what? I think it was extremist-related murders. Okay, they say it spiked 35% between 2017. Yeah, it went from 35 to 50. 35 to 50. And they called them extremist-related murders, which out of the 17 incidents, only 4 were ideological events, whatever you want to call them. Okay, the rest were not related to the ideology. They just happened to have some sort of tangential tie to extremism. Okay, the guy who was part of a white supremacist group while he was in prison, he and his wife murdered their child and buried him in the backyard. And they counted that as an extremist-related murder. Well, what ideology was it that made him kill his own kid? There wasn't one. It's bullshit. And again, from 35 to 50, okay? That's the 35%. Extremist-related murders spiked 35% from 2017 to 2018. They counted 35 in 2017 to 50 dead in 2018 in their study. In a year that in the United States there were 17,000 murders. They're talking about between 35 and 50. But you know what? They made their headline, and now it gets used over and over and over. And so the Anti-Defamation League, which is a grievance grifting organization, now it used to actually be important, but now they're just grievance grifting. Them and the SPLC. The more they get cited, the more money they get. They can get donations now because they make this sensational headline that everyone's going to reference. And now they get more donations because they're the source. They're the source. Instead of saying, okay, so we had 50 murders out of 17,000. What's that percentage? Oh, 0.000131% of murders fit this category. Okay. Yes, it's important that we stop these types of murders, but man, they're pretty low on the totem pole on the total number of murders in the United States. I'm going to bring out my black card right now. As a black man in the United States, what am I more likely to die from? Okay, at my age, heart disease, but I'm just saying. But even in the realm of murders, seeing as murder is 50% of all deaths from ages 14 to 35 of black males, of all death, Center for Disease Control, 50% of all the deaths in that age range is murder. 50%. Do you think I give a shit about 0.0000131% of all murders? Which should I be more worried about? Which should I be more? I know I didn't do the pronoun music. Which am I more worried about? Do I give a shit about white supremacy? If I live in a community, if I live in Baltimore, am I more likely to get killed in my neighborhood or by some white supremacist dickhead throwing a rally in Portland? Okay? 3,000 miles away. Don't care. Don't care. You know what? They say the SPLC says there's approximately 10,000 members of white supremacists or white nationalists, whatever fucking groups, in the United States. Out of 350 million people. The chances of me running into one, let alone them doing anything, because they're not out, you know. Are they rallying every weekend in your city? Are they doing marches through my neighborhood? No. Oh my God, this pisses me off. Extremist-related murders spiked 35% from 2017 to 2018, making them more responsible for more deaths than any year since 1995. Yeah, 50. 50. More. Yeah, is it factually true? Yes, they did spike 35%. Yes. And again, they're only talking about domestic extremists, okay? So yes, this is true. Making them responsible for more deaths than in any year since 1995. It's interesting because, you know what, the Pulse nightclub shooter, they didn't count him as a domestic extremist. They counted him as a foreign extremist. So this is not a lie. Even though 55 people died in that event alone, or 49 or whatever, they didn't count the actual terrorism ones that happened where, you know, at Fort Hood, 35 people died. 9/11, 3,000 people died. But they go back to 95. You know why they go back to 1995? Because that's when Timothy McVeigh bombed the Mural building. Again, it's such bullshit how they write this, because they can use these factoids and not lie about it. They're not lying. Although the Anti-Defamation League certainly is lying when they say extremist-related murders. Because the reason they use extremist-related murders instead of extremist-inspired murders or extremist ideological murders, because they can't. They can't. The ideological murders are few and far between. So few and far between that they become a national story because it's so insane that this actually happened. It's but they write this article, and what's everyone in the country afraid of right now? White supremacists, white nationalists. They're everywhere. 50 murders in 2018 out of 17,000. Yes, this is the most dangerous threat to our country. No, it's all political. It's all because, you know what? Oh, how can we tie this to Donald Trump? Okay? You know, I don't give a shit about that. My God, let's read a little more. Meanwhile, white supremacist propaganda distribution nearly tripled from 2017 to 2018, according to the ADL, which also documented a rise in racist rallies and demonstrations. They call every rally racist. What are you talking about? If motherfucker. They called the Boston Free Speech Rally a racist rally. You know what? Remember the Boston one? They said, you know, it's not too long after Charlottesville, and so there was this thing in Boston, right? The thing in Boston was a Republican guy. He's this Indian, like Indian, not woo-woo Indian. I know that sounds racist, but you know what I mean. Actual Indian as opposed to Native American. That's the way I should put it. Republican Indian dude running for Congress or Senate or something. Oh, he's running against Elizabeth Warren. Very dark-skinned Indian dude. Brown skin, man. And at their rally, there's only about 15, 20 people. They had Black Lives Matter too signs. So they were saying, yeah, maybe we should embrace the Black Lives Matter movement. Well, that's one of the racist rallies they count, okay? They count a free speech rally. They count oh my God. Woo, I'm just fired up. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, 2018 was also the fourth straight year of hate group growth, culminating in a 30% increase overall. You know what their hate group growth is? Their hate group growth is because they added more groups to their hate list. Their hate group, you know who they added? They for example, they added a group that was an anti-abortion group. They count that as a hate group. Okay? Now, whatever you think about abortion, just because your group's anti-abortion doesn't make you a hate group. Just means you're against abortion. They added things that had nothing to do with hate. Roughly coinciding with President Donald Trump's campaign and presidency. Oh, isn't that perfect? Well, they include the Proud Boys in there. You know why? Because they designate the Proud Boys as a hate group. But the Proud Boys aren't about hate. But the Southern Poverty Law Center says they are. The Justice... Oh, and this one too! They got them all in here! This is awesome! The Justice Department is documenting the same trends. Hate crimes in the country increased by 17% from 2016 to 2017, marking the third straight year of spike in hate crimes, according to an FBI report released last November. This is like the gold mine of bullshit. Okay, so if you read that report, it specifically says in the report that it's not necessarily a rise in hate crimes, but the fact that 1,000 new agencies have joined the classification of who reports hate crimes. And so with 1,000 new agencies, it was an increase in about like 30% more agencies now are using the program to report hate crimes. So the number of crimes reported is higher. Do you feel the bullshit? Can you smell it? I can smell it, brother. Now, more than half of the hate crimes reported in 2017 were motivated by racial or ethnic bias. Yeah, there was a huge rise in anti-Semitic hate crimes in New York City, done by people of a certain, well, I could relate. Let's just say that I could relate to them on a ethnic plane, so to speak. You fell asleep. How did you fall asleep as much as I'm yelling today? Sorry, Rich, I'm just messing with you. While the FBI and Justice Department have clearly identified a white nationalist domestic terror problem, really? Where? They have been slow to identify such crimes as such, which deprives the ensuing investigations of resources and fails to thwart subsequent acts of extreme violence. National security experts say, really? Which national security experts? Mary McCord from the Obama Justice Department. No, it doesn't. It deprives ensuing investigations of resources? Bullshit. They're still, as if they stopped investigating. Well, you know what? This one's not designated as a domestic terror crime, so we're not going to investigate it because it's just not. We only investigate domestic terror crimes because crimes, we don't have time. We don't have time to investigate crimes unless, well, could you please designate it as a domestic terror crime so we can investigate it some more? Fuck out of here. Oh my God. Whew. It's amazing. It is just fucking amazing that they write this bullshit. And it's, you know what? It's the same article. It's the same things that I talk about on here. We've gone through both this anti-defamation Anti-Defamation League report. We've gone through the FBI report, and it's the people using these in this way are either stupid, or they are lying to you, or they just believe all their own bullshit. Okay, mostly I think it's the last one. They just believe their own bullshit, and so they see the headline or the name of a study, don't really go through it and think about, oh well, wait a minute, this doesn't really say that the headline says. But you know what? Someone wrote that headline later, so now these guys cite the report. They shouldn't even. They put the report in here too, right here. Where does it say? Its primary objective is to generate reliable information for the use of law enforcement, administration, operation, and management. Reported yearly, that's 2017 data submitted by 16,149 law enforcement agencies, up 5.9%. From 15,254 agencies in 2016. So the other part of this too. So there's it's only 5.9%. It's over 1,000 though. It's around 1,000 new agencies. Okay. You realize too, as agencies get more used to the reporting systems, they will report more. And every time they change the name of certain types of crimes as possible hate crimes, they can report more. It has nothing to do whether or not the actual incidents have increased. Let's see. I know there's a disclaimer on here because I've read it several times. Oh, that's because this is the full report. This is just the statistics. But the report itself about, let's see. All right, it's not even on. That's okay. I don't need to go through this. Just a high level of bullshit. It drives me nuts. We're gonna. Oh man, do I even need to figure out Twitter trends today? Okay, let's see. Let's just see what the few top ones are real quick, because I actually got to get out of here. I holy shit. Holy shit. I'm glad you got a good nap, Richo. All right. Topping on the Twitter trends right now. Looks like it's Monday, of course, so you're going to get a lot of the Monday shit. Monday Motivations #1. Necrosol, though, has one in here. Facts and logic do not change because they offend you. Deal? Yes, deal. All right. That's a good Monday motivation right there. Procs, there's a whole bunch of things talking about homeless. Anyway, let's move on. Number 2, Seinfeld's trending. Friends or Seinfeld? Fans sign off on which they prefer. You can tell me, which one do you think? They both have huge fan bases. Fans sign off. What do you think, Seinfeld or Friends? Put it in the chat. Thank you. All right, moving on. Number 3, World Photography Day. Nice. It's World Photography Day, and people are celebrating amazing shots from around the world. Celebrating amazing photography. Cool. I'll have to put up some shots today. Although a lot of my stuff is gone because they were on my other computer. Although I do have some of them backed up on the cloud. I'll have to dig up some of my favorites. My favorite shot that I've ever taken is one of a bicycle in New Orleans. I think I'll put that on Twitter today. Anyway, moving on. Friends or Seinfeld? You got to vote. Everybody vote. By the way, how many people are here? Got 11 people here right now. Okay. No soup for you. Monday morning, say Oompa. Oompa is something that has to do with Korean pop because it has lots of Korean letters there. Republicans Make Me is trending. Now this one cracked me up because this morning when I saw this, when it had like 1,000 tweets on this hashtag, it was already listed number 3 trending. It's like, because at the time, the Republicans hadn't discovered the hashtag. So it was all negative. And when something's negative about the right, it trends on Twitter so quick. But if it trends if it's something bad about the left, like, what is it, Clinton body count, they took that down as soon as them West Coast Twitter people woke up. As soon as they woke up, that Clinton body count hashtag, which was number 2 or number 1, it went away so fast, but the Trump body count thing stayed up there. I'll tell you that, which didn't even make sense because there's been a running joke about the Clinton body count for years because they've had so many people who are potential witness just die mysteriously. Excuse me. I'm sorry. NSA, if you're listening, die of natural causes and suicides. You know, people who've been able, very manually dexterous people who can shoot themselves in the back of the head and things like that. But still, natural causes and actual suicides. Whereas everyone that was a witness for Trump was interviewed by the FBI. Over 500. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, there's a couple in jail too, or went to jail. But yeah, so yeah, Trump witnesses testify. Clinton witnesses, 50% chance that you're going to commit suicide. All right. Okay, let's see. Republicans make me optimistic about the future of America and the Christian movement. God bless Monday morning. Okay, yeah, like I said, the Republicans have found the hashtag now. So now you're going to have something positive and negative on this one. Chris Lowe, she's a gun guy. His wife's spokesman for the NRA. Republicans make me do less than the Democrats want to make me do things. I don't believe in a government that makes the citizens do things. I'm a conservative, and the Republican Party gets my votes till a more constitutional party is really viable. That's interesting. You know what? I tend to lean that way myself. You know what? I'm looking for I'd rather have a constitutionally minded party. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but the Republicans are closer to that right now than the Democrats, in my opinion. Some people may not agree, but there you go. Republicans make me afraid. They hate Democrats so much at 6% of black women are Democrats. So basically, they straight up hate black women. What? Well, make me afraid. They hate Democrats so much. I'm sorry, honey, but I don't hate you. Yet 6% of America's black women are Democrats. So basically, they straight up hate black women. No. That's a different. There's a whoa. There's a whole different cause and effect thing here. Someone straighten this bitch out. Nice attempt to sway strong black awoke women. We are way too smart to fall for a totally ignorant comment like this. Quit trying to diminish the power of thinking we all possess. Oh, that's someone. Okay, I was trying to figure that out. Really, the Republican Party that fought slavery and many were lynched by Democrats fighting for it. Learn your history, derpity derp. Okay, all right. People aren't buying that shit. All right, moving on. Republicans make me swoon. Talk low taxes and limited government. To me, baby. Oh, and Brooklyn Dad. Woo! This dude is Mr. Hashtag. He is hashtag king. Brooklyn Dad defiant. Republicans make me realize they don't care about babies locked in cages. Wrong. National security, what? The environment, yeah, but you know what? Okay, let's go to a rally of right-wing people, and then have a rally of left-wing people, and then when it's over and everybody leaves, go look at the place where they were. Like, remember the Tea Party rallies back in the day, back in the not 90s, in the mid 2000s, they had all those Tea Party rallies. Tea Party would have a huge rally. The Tea Party rally would be over, and it was like nobody had been there. It'd be clean, pristine, nothing. Left-wing rallies, garbage everywhere. Holy shit. It was amazing. Amazing. So, mass shootings. Yeah, we care about mass shootings. We just have a different idea on how to mitigate them. Sexual assault? Really? Yeah, really? Jeffrey Epstein was a Democrat, spent a lot of money, gave a lot of money to Democrats, hung out with Democrats, have Democrats listed in the indictment papers and the conspiracy papers. Bill Mitchell, not Bill Mitchell, what's his name? What's the dude's say? George Mitchell, Bill Davis, Bill Clinton. I'm sorry. Sexual assault. We don't care about sexual assault. You don't care about sexual assault if it's a illegal immigrant either. Brooklyn dad defiant. Healthcare, education, the debt, morals, truth. Yeah, politicians don't care about that shit. They care about power. I want politicians who don't care about power but care about the Constitution. That's what I want. So if there are Republicans who don't care about those things, it's because they care about power. Okay, if the Democrats who don't care about those things, they care about power. I fuck the power. I want the government to be less of what it is. So they will watch America burn to a crisp just to own the libs. You will watch America burn to a crisp just to own the Republicans. You are the Spider-Man meme right now. You and anyone else you want to talk to, asswipe. All right, no more of those. Let's see what else. Let's see if there's anything really important. Laura Hashian. Oh yeah, The Rock. Dwayne Johnson got married his longtime girlfriend, Lauren Hashian. They've been dating like 12 years, and they finally tied the knot. Got some beautiful wedding pictures on Twitter. Look those up. Ori and the Blind Forest. Don't know what that is. Is it a book or something? Or yeah, it's some anime shit. I don't care. Not that I don't. Anime doesn't bother me. I just don't have right now. Don't care. Happy birthday, Jaden. Who? Jaden who? Jaden. This is my son, Jaden. Yesterday was his 13th birthday. He has acute autism and an ADHD. He only received 3 birthday cards from me and my wife, his brother, and grandmother. Nothing from so-called family and friends. I'm not sure if autism sucks or my family and friends suck. That's too bad, man. Looks like a lot of people are responding to that. Good for them. Happy birthday, Aiden. Or Jaden, excuse me. Hotline Miami. What is that? Super hot and Hotline Miami. Okay, Nintendo games. Mike Pompeo's trending. Because there's an article on Mike Pompeo. And they were, before Mike Pompeo became the Secretary of State, or before Trump became president, I should say, there's video of him saying that Trump will be an authoritarian president. And now he is the current Secretary of State and has worked with Trump and has changed his mind. Big effing deal. Y'all want to try and say Trump is an authoritarian. Well, people, remember, ask who's been jailed. Who's he jailed? How many journalists that oppose him every single day are in jail? How many leftists who oppose him every single day are in jail? Is Rashida Tlaib in jail for saying we're going to impeach that motherfucker? Is Beto O'Rourke in jail for calling him a racist and a white supremacist? No, he's not an authoritarian. He's not Hitler. I know you try to make him that way, but he's not. Okay? Anything else? Good Monday, super hot, slow motion shooter. Okay, that's the game. Morning show. Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, and Steve Carell go head to head in the morning show trailer. Must be a movie coming out. Yep, morning show official trailer. What happens when the people you trust tell the truth, prove themselves to be dishonest. Okay, that's a movie. Watch the trailer on Twitter or wherever. First day of school. Oh, yeah, first day of school, August 19th. Man, they start early in other parts of the country. Here in Minnesota, they tend to start either the week before Labor Day, except, no, they don't. Most of the schools here start the day after Labor Day because the Minnesota State Fair is such a big deal here that they actually have moved school start days back to after Labor Day to accommodate the Minnesota State Fair. By the way, if you think that's funny, Minnesota has the second largest state fair in the country behind Texas. So It's a big damn deal here. All right. Risk of Rain 2 must be a game. Eastward, don't know what. Eastward's got to be something stupid. Oh, more Nintendo. Okay. Randy Rainbow quiz. Okay. Top CEO. Shareholder value is no longer everything. Top CEO says. Chief executives from the Business Roundtable, including the leaders of Apple, JP. Okay. There's a big push right now. All your financial news from major news networks are going to be almost in a way pushing for recession. They're finding every way they can to talk down the economy because the economy is the one thing that President Trump has going for him. So you hear a lot of, like, even when the stock market fell one day, Trump recession starts trending on Twitter. Okay. Now it went back up. It went down like 800 points. It went back up 400 points, which is between 3% and 1.5% of the total stock market value, which is nothing. But you're going to see this push because now there's people talking about, oh, wouldn't it be great to have a recession so that Trump can't get reelected? Yeah, let's ruin some lives of thousands of people by having recession. So anyway, so this one, these people. Absolutely correct. Shareholder value only exists because of the many other right things a company does. They really, they want to talk down companies. They want to. Now, in fact, someone was. What was I reading the other day? Oh, it was this morning actually, talking about how. Yeah, this economy isn't really that good. Trump's agencies have been fudging all the numbers. They're not. That's not even real. It's not even that good of an economy. When the tax rolls start rolling in from all the additional people working, you're going to see that it's not necessarily about not being able to bring enough money, not bringing enough tax revenue. It's about our spending. Okay, so the country, as far as the country, the deficit, all that stuff, that's about spending. Revenue's been rising. And damn it, Trump, I'm asking you, I know you're watching, do something to fix the spending part because more revenues are going to come in with all the new taxpayers. The labor participation rate, rising as it is, the unemployment rate, lower, more people working than ever. That is more people who are contributing to our country with taxes too. Okay, this business is making money. They get taxes from them. The revenue is rising. Wages are rising. Okay, that's another thing. No one wants to talk about that. Someone the other day said something about, there's not jobs, there's wages aren't, no one's getting a raise. Bullshit. Wages are rising for the first time in 10 years. Finally. Because there's jobs everywhere. People are trying to attract people to jobs. They can't fill jobs fast enough. Okay? And that's why we need legal immigrants. The problem with illegal immigrants is you don't know who's coming in the country. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know if they have a criminal history, if they just come across the border. So yeah, we got to fix that. Legal immigrations, I'm pretty sure everyone is for that as long as it's in a measured way we can keep control of it. Man. So that's it for Twitter today. I'm not that exciting. I was expecting some breaking news. I'm sure that if I go onto my homepage here, Chicago. Oh, isn't this special? Here, let's make this as our feel-good story of the day. Chicago Democrat Martin Sandoval raises funds by pretending to assassinate Trump. Wow. Pretending to put the president in mortal danger is important national news unless he's a Republican. That's why a rodeo clown in Missouri got fired in 2013 for doing a sketch while wearing an Obama mask, even though that same rodeo had done the same bit with previous presidents. It was branded a hate crime because national media hated seeing it, but they don't care if anybody else does the same thing or worse to a Republican president because they hate Republicans. Yeah, like Snoop Dogg and his video where he assassinates Trump. Anyway. That's why they're not concerned about this. Mark Maxwell, WCIA in Champaign, Illinois. A series of pictures posted online after a Friday night political fundraising event for State Senator Martin Sandoval, Chicago, show an event attendee pointing what appears to be a fake assault weapon at another person wearing a Mexican costume and a mask of President Trump. The mock assassination pose drew quick bipartisan condemnation. Well, that's good. At least they were smart enough to condemn that kind of bullshit. Anyway, yeah, because who has the violent rhetoric? Hello? Violent rhetoric, anybody? Violent rhetoric? Who has the violent rhetoric? As our nation grapples with the epidemic of gun violence, purposely pointing a fake gun at anyone is insensitive and wrong, Pritzker said Saturday night. I condemn the actions like the ones displayed in the picture because they lack the civility our politics demands. Yeah, isn't that special? Sandoval has now apologized. I don't condone violence toward the president or anyone else. I apologize that something like this happened at my events. You don't need to be a Trump fan to think it's a bad idea for a politician to raise money by pretending to kill the president. It's just putting on a mask of the president and then stepping into the rodeo corral. But pretending to assassinate him? That's out of line. But this will be the end of it because Sandoval made a rote apology. Yeah, that's right. He won't. Yeah, no one's. Yeah. He apologized, and so it doesn't really matter, does it? And on that note, it's time for me to get the hell out of Dodge. Thank you, everybody, for being here, who have been so patient listening to me ramble like a crazy man today. I thank you for coming. Those of you who are here every day, love you so much. It's great to have you here. For those who are new, we're here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT for people in other parts of the world who use that Greenwich Mean Time to figure out when things are on. And if you haven't already done so, hit the like button, hit the share button if you're going to watch the rest of it later. And we do donations and super chats through the Streamlabs link in the description down below. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I got to go. My name is Dawg Knight. And I'm out of here. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and I want to thank you for joining me today on the Dawg Knight channel. Before you go, if you like what you saw and you're not already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 2 p.m. GMT. A special thanks to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through our Streamlabs link in the description below. Thanks again, and until next time, I am Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.